Hello, everybody. Welcome to College of Lore. I'm Jill.
And I'm Kate.
And I'm Neil.
That's Neil.
And as you can see, we have a Jenga tower in front of us, or as what is the words you use when you're not trying to say the J word? It's like a topple tower or something. Block tower. Anyway.
Haven't heard.
This is actually Jenga,
it is
so
Jenga,
I think it's
though.
fair to call it Jenga.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to be playing Dread tonight.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with the game Dread, and Kate's going to help me explain the rules here, you begin with your Jenga tower, and instead of rolling dice or any other kind of mechanic, every difficult decision will be made by the successful pull or not successful pull of a block on this tower.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be running the game. I'll be the GM this evening. And to start off the planning, what I did was I came up with a questionnaire to send to the players, and they filled it out, and that is all that character creation is in this game. Is just you filled out your questionnaire, bam, it is done.
Yeah. Like 1 or 2 sentence answer to, we got 17 questions.
Yeah, I actually came up with a bit more questions than I probably needed to, but I did buy the little Dread PDF, and when I was looking at the questions, I kept being like, oh, that's a really good question, or, oh, that one would be really good, but I got to change it a bit to fit what I'm looking for. So I probably went a little bit overboard. You probably only need, like, I don't know, anywhere from, like, 8 to 17 questions. So, let's see. So, yes, the way the game works is I'm going to be spinning this frightening tale. Dread is best played for a scenario that has like high adrenaline, I want to say, because the mechanic of moving the blocks can really get your blood pumping.
Especially once you've made a few pulls and the tower is not very stable.
That's when it's really getting spooky.
And we've laid ours down on a table so that it hopefully doesn't like completely deafen you when it falls.
On the towel, yeah.
Sorry. On a table.
Towel.
Under a towel. There's a towel and a table.
Yes, there are.
There's both. Anyways.
And a tower.
Because our microphone is right here.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't deafen you, but it will almost certainly make things a little bit more difficult for Neil and I because it's not as stable as just if it were on the table.
The bottom layer is almost off limits.
So I have a question. If the tower collapses, is the game over?
No.
Okay. So
you're just dead.
We're gonna... Okay.
Yeah, so that's...
Presumably it gets built back up again.
Yes.
It does.
Okay, so
it
where's
does.
the...
But we... Okay.
Oh, it's right there.
Okay, perfect.
Check the sound right quick to see.
Oh,
like,
right.
Can you hear us? Is anyone out there? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, there's our level.
Okay.
So, and that is
looking too bad.
No, it's looking pretty good. We shouldn't whisper though, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
we'll talk normal.
yeah, like this level of voice for me is
Perfect.
is good. So,
All right.
yeah.
So, as you just brought up, Neil, once the tower falls, something awful happens. Usually, it means character death.
Okay.
If someone... so basically, you pull and you put it on top, and then we wait 10 seconds. And if it stays up within that 10 seconds, then the character is safe.
And you've done the thing that
You've succeeded at the thing you're trying to do.
Yeah.
If it falls, and it's not like a player's fault...
Mm-hmm.
Something bad overall will happen, but it won't be a character death right there on the spot.
Okay.
And then when we rebuild the tower after it falls, you have to immediately pull 3 blocks and place them on the top for every time that it has fallen in the past.
Okay.
So if it's fallen 3 times already, when you
9
rebuild
blocks.
the tower, you pull 9. Yeah.
We might, depending on how the night goes, we might do more than that just because there are only 2 players and it ideally will only fall maybe nonce.
Jill is worried that this is going to be very easy for us.
I want it to be hard.
Yeah. No, it has to be challenging or else it's not exciting.
Right. So I'm going to be asking for pulls liberally.
Yeah.
Is there any more? Oh, one more mechanic that's important to note. If the tower is feeling really jittery and shaky, but you really want to succeed at this thing. It would be a very heroic act. You can choose to knock the tower over yourself. Intentionally.
And die, but succeed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your character would still die, but you would succeed at that heroic act.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing that I found useful when I was running Dread is the notion that, like, the tower falls, you're dead. That sometimes won't make sense. And so it might not always be that you literally die. And of course, Jill may need to make different calls because there's only 2 of us. But another way that implements is that, like, you're incapacitated somehow. So I remember one time I was running a game and somebody was, like, trying to stop somebody from bleeding out, and they knocked the tower over. And so I just said, well, you're so disturbed by that you're not useful anymore, and you're just sort of, like, mumbling and something like
In a
that.
state of shock.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing I did for a previous game was that it would fall over and we wanted a longer game. So what I would do was we were doing a haunted house. So what I had them do is if they knocked it over the first time, they were possessed and had to play on my side. So they had to make decisions, and, like, I would approve of them basically that they were sabotaging the group. So they would be making pulls to make the tower worse. Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, so that was kind of cool. So we'll see. We'll make some decisions on the fly. I haven't made a ton of planning for this game because you don't super need to. Like, it can be a very lightly developed game, or you can spend hours and hours planning. It's up to the GM's discretion. We've had a very busy month with all of our Halloween streams, and we have another one tomorrow. So, I've went down the very light end of planning. So we're going to be just kind of making up a lot of stuff as we go.
Cool. That's fine.
Okay, I think that's everything rules-wise. Do you guys have any questions or things you would like to add to that? Nope. I think we covered it all.
Yeah, that's it. It's a very simple system.
Yeah, like you've just learned how to play Dread. You could go get a tumbling block tower and play it. We're not sponsored, right?
No.
So you can get one for yourself and play the game. You have all the rules. But please stay and watch our game first. It'll give you a good...
Yeah, don't go right now.
Yeah, don't go right now.
No.
But maybe after the stream, after the video, you can go.
Yeah.
Okay. I should have gotten this. I wanted to read what I sent you guys. Do you have it at the top of yours?
There, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so here's what I said at the top of the questionnaire, just to give, like, some flavor to let them know the context of what we're playing today. So you are 2 of a crew of workers on an underwater station in the Pacific Ocean. The financial backer of the station, Nathan Barton, has reason to believe that there will be a huge discovery at your current depth of 36,000 feet. This area of the ocean hasn't been explored as of yet, and these new depths were only discovered after a partial collapse/shift of a portion of the Earth's crust a few years ago. A submarine is being launched from the station to uncover something that showed up on the radar later today. The whole station is excited about this. Nobody knows what it is, but there are theories going around. So this station is kind of like a classic UFO shape. Like it's kind of shaped like that UFO
like
kind
a disc
of thing.
or something.
Like a disc, yeah. Okay. And it's got 3 distinct floors. On the top floor, that's where everyone's dormitories are. On the main floor, you've got your lab, the sort of kitchen area, and it's kind of like in that circle, you've got, like, the lab on one area and then, like, a kitchenette maybe on the opposite side. And it's, as you guys need a room, we'll say it's probably on that floor.
Sure.
Storage will be on there. Like a living area so that there's, like, places to hang out and stuff like that. On the bottom is the, like, immersion chamber. So this would be it's kind of like an open water where there's like a submarine docked there, and you can do diving from it with your special sci-fi pressurized suits for, humans being able to swim outside of this thing. I know. But it's like sci-fi pressure. Oh, just because it's like pressure at 36,000.
Well, that's what saturation diving is. So it's the same pressure inside the station as it is outside.
I feel like, would that even be possible? Wouldn't you be, like, crushed from the pressure of the depth?
Maybe.
No, because look, we're there.
We're
Right,
there. It's
right,
working.
right.
It's
Yeah.
working. So you're able to, you're able
Okay,
to dive. You're able to dive out, and you've got special wetsuits that assist with this kind of maneuver.
Okay.
And this is all, the whole station is under,
Around,
that
it's
depth.
close to that depth. It's
Yeah.
probably like at.
but it's not like floating up on the water.
It's
like,
on the bottom.
Yes,
everything
it's near
is
the bottom.
submerged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the station's probably like 1,000 feet up from, or 500 feet up from the depth that you're going to be using
Right.
the sub. Like the submarine's going to be going deeper to
Yes.
get at the complete depth to find this artifact or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So everyone's very excited on the station today.
Yeah.
It's finally happening. Nathan, the rich owner, he is walking around very proud of
he's with us.
himself. He's down there.
Okay.
He's down there. He wants to make sure that things go his way.
Okay.
He's very excited about it. He's been he even made a movie about like underwater like aliens and stuff like that he's really excited
okay.
about. So he's very into diving himself.
So is his movie like a science fiction movie? It's
Yeah.
not like a documentary.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's like
Yeah.
a science fiction movie, and it made lots of money that he's able to then filter into
okay.
this station, and
Cool.
there's been film crews around once in a while too. Like he's very up and down. He loves the diving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's walking around. He's very proud of himself, and he's giving orders. Like make sure that you get that done, and then this. It's another hour. So,
Okay.
would you two like to be on the crew going into the submarine?
Yes.
Sure.
You're allowed to choose. I'm not trying to force you.
I would want to be. So I
Okay.
am I'm a geology PhD student, and I'm here finishing up my PhD research, and it has to do with
The collapse.
investigating what's here, because I have some theories about like what could be under there, and I'm trying to confirm that for my PhD research.
Yeah.
So I want to be.
You want to be.
I
want to
be one of the first ones to see whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? Is it just the submarine going over?
Yeah.
Is there any planned diving happening from the submarine, or
If you guys would want to, you could. Yeah. If you chose to in the moment.
okay? Well then, maybe I go along as the diver.
Okay, sure. So this submarine it has like a few arms that can come out of the front and that will do the work, and you're an underwater welder as well.
Yes.
So like if something were to go wrong out there, you'd be able to kind of help fix the machinery
Oh, sure,
or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
So
it
that's
seems really good.
good that you would
Yeah.
come. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So this sub has 3 seats in it, and it's got the pilot's seat and 2 seats in the front and 1 in the back, like a 3-seater.
Yeah.
And your submarine pilot, is Libby Burns, and she seems very steady and she's very confident and steady hands.
Good. I like it.
Yeah. So is there anything you guys would like to do before the mission? It's going to take place in about an hour, so you kind of have a little bit of time to do any little things that you might think might be pertinent or helpful, or pack a bag or anything you think you might need. Or
Yeah, so I imagine that I have like a lab book of just notes and things that I collect about my research, and all of my school related thoughts and notes are in this like lab book, and so I want to bring it with me, and also just like spend some time flipping through it, just to kind of
Mentally
refresh
prepare.
my mind about everything that I already know,
okay,
in case it is
becomes
relevant.
pertinent. Yeah, in case you need to recall some information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to check all of my diving gear, the air supply, the exit from the submarine. Familiarize myself with how that happens. Just all of the job related stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds good. So you go through the sub and it all looks in perfect working order. You check the hatches, you check the arms, you check everything, and it looks like it's pristine.
Okay,
and you can tell it's expensive. Barton has gone through he's put a lot of money into this.
Well, he's paying me. So.
And he's paying you, yeah. So you guys are like top of the line. You're in there. Okay. So you guys, you spend your hour, and it's time to get in the sub. Libby hops in, straps herself in, checks all the switches, good to go.
Yeah, I just make sure my gear is all securely stowed, and I'm probably like wearing the like bottom layer or whatever, like the suit, and I'll just throw on the gear later. Yeah.
Yep. So like a comfortable drive, a comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you call it? Drive, float,
Journey.
We'll use journey.
Yeah.
Trek. Yeah. I'll probably be wearing my wetsuit as well because I also dive.
Okay.
So I imagine, like, I have a special wetsuit that is like my own personal one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So I'll have that on. But I'm assuming, like, there would be other stuff that I need. Like, same thing with you, right? If we were going to, like, evacuate, there would be some stuff that we would need to put on.
In which case, I would have checked all the gear.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So it all looks good. Okay.
And I had to check my own gear.
No doubt.
No, I would definitely not have said that, by the way, though, because I am not...
Pull.
Wait.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, but I said I didn't say it.
I'm just kidding. Pull 6. No, we're good.
It falls over. You say it, and then you die of embarrassment.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I didn't even think of that. That's hilarious. Never know. Okay, so yes, sorry I interrupted you, but you were saying that your character is
I'm non-confrontational, very like deferential, especially towards like higher up researchers on the ship than I am. Like, I'm here trying to like make a reputation for myself for after school, so I would not be like causing any trouble.
Yeah. So you've in your interactions with me, you've noted that I'm cordial, I'm professional, but I'm not close to anyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Just do the job.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I think we already mentioned names, but just to remind.
Oh, I don't know if we did on stream.
Yeah.
My name's Marnie Daniels, and I'm 28, and I use she/her pronouns.
I'm Donald Trevelyan, 38, professional diver. Male pronouns.
Sure. Okay. Perfect. You're in the submarine, and there's a lot of light coming from the station, and it's this bright orb in this dark ocean, and you're sinking lower, and it's getting darker, and the lights of the submarine flick on, boop boop, and you're looking around, and you're seeing like some weird creatures swim by that maybe you've not even seen before. And I don't know if you're like taking notes of what you're seeing, or if any of that even interests you.
I mean, I might, especially if I knew that it was really like strange, but I'm a geologist, so I'm focused on, I'm focused on like earth materials, but I think that geology does look at like kind of holistically the creatures that inhabit the space and stuff, and so
burrowing, that kind of thing, organic interaction.
So I would definitely be paying attention to that stuff.
Okay. So there is this creature that comes up from the darkness, and it's as you're getting farther away from the sub or the station. And it's pretty big. It's probably one of the biggest creatures that you've seen at this depth. And then it swims closer, and you're noticing that you're kind of only just seeing this one portion of it, and that as it gets into the light, it's just kind of widening into this huge shape, and you're thinking that it looks kind of like a shark.
Okay.
Like this huge, massive shark. And it seems to be kind of interested.
Is it like bigger than the submarine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty small vessel.
Yeah, you're in
there's only
fairly
three people. Yeah. Yeah.
So at first it doesn't really look like it would
Yeah.
be, but then as you're kind of getting a better sense of how big this thing is, and it kind of swims by you, and the whole sub rocks a little bit as it swims by. I almost like rock the table. I'm like, wait, we have Jenga. What am I doing? Don't worry, I won't do that.
This time.
This time, yeah. And then it swims a big arc, and it comes back around, and it seems like it's kind of circling you a little bit.
So the pilot's name was
Libby. Libby Barnes.
So I lean forward and I say, "Have you seen one of these things before?"
She is very sturdy.
Yeah.
And she says, "Never before."
Huh.
And you can see, like, she's very steadily holding the sub, but you see, like, a trickle of sweat.
White knuckles.
Yeah, like
So she's tense.
She's tense. Like, she's never encountered this before.
All right.
Okay.
I'm like, this ship's pretty nimble, right? It can go pretty fast if we needed to.
It can. Do you think I should try and get away?
I don't know. Maybe not right away.
Okay.
You know, it's right now. I think it's just. I think that it's just like inspecting things? Do I feel any like?
It hasn't rammed you or anything. Like that.
Yeah.
Should we report it to the station?
Oh yeah. Do we have comms?
Yep. You have comms. Yeah.
All
right.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, just
one of
you do. I'm
Yeah.
loath to take my hands off the.
And I can like do like a
you're the
scientific description.
Yeah.
Okay. So you call it.
Yeah. What's the name of our little shuttle?
Oh, do you want to name your shuttle? I haven't named the submarine.
Tadpole.
Oh,
this is Tadpole.
Okay. Tadpole.
What's the name
What's
of
the issue?
What's the name of the station?
I didn't name that either.
Neil, you picked the name of the station. The vessel is called Tadpole. So what should the station be called?
What would
Lily pad?
Oh my god! I love it.
Lily pad, this is Tadpole.
It's so cute.
This is really scary, guys.
I hate all of the things that I'm gonna do to you guys.
So yeah, Lily pad, this is Tadpole. Transmitting some video from the feed that we obviously have been recording this whole time.
Okay.
And yeah, we're seeing a large shark-like creature, larger than any known species that we are aware of, and it is currently circling us. We're going to continue moving slowly and steadily, but just wanted to let you know. Over.
You hear a voice coming over, and you recognize this as Sky. And Sky is a researcher of biology on the lily pad station. Mm-hmm. And their voice comes over, and they say, "Can you get a better view of it? Can you? The lights aren't bright enough. Can you turn up the lights so that I can get a better view? I got some sketches, but I just need a little bit more of a view with the video. Over."
We'll do our best. Over.
Okay. Okay. So, Libby reaches out and flicks on the big overhead light.
Yeah.
However, this seems to kind of trigger something in this creature.
Yeah.
You feel an impact.
Oh no.
And I would like you each to pull one just to like steady yourself and not get like hit off of like the thing. Mm-hmm. Like this is an impact that maybe your supports aren't even fully. You can choose who goes first.
Not that one. Oh my gosh. Remember that you can only touch with one hand.
Yeah, that was another rule that we didn't go over.
That's just a Jenga rule.
Yeah, one hand at a time.
You can switch hands, but you can only be touching the tower with one hand at a time. Mm-hmm.
And we're not going with the hard rules of if you touch it, you pull it, or anything like that. We're not going to be that mean.
I remember playing this game with Jason one time, who's been on a couple times now, and there was this epic moment where he was like placing a block on top, and then it was toppling, and he was like, kind of like caught the whole tower with his hand, and was like trying to it took like 35 seconds, and we were like, he was like, and like let go, and then it was like, ka-ching, and I just like fell over. Oh, so funny. So
I guess that's another rule we need to figure out. Like, can the person who placed the block catch the tower and right it? Because I didn't think that would be allowed, but if you guys want it to be...
As long as the tower ends up upright and you're only using one hand...
You're gonna... Okay, I'm fine with that.
It's not going to help.
No. But... Yeah, okay. So you guys get your grip on yourselves and you know, you didn't hit your head or anything. Like, you're both fine.
Cool.
Libby is unshaken, but you can see she's like sweating now, and she starts descending, and she's not taking her hands off the wheel, and she's not saying anything because she's strictly concentrating. So do you guys want to do anything?
Did I see the light that she flipped on? Can I flip it off?
Yeah, you sure can. So you flip the light off.
Yeah.
There's still those two beams.
Yes. We need those to be able to see. Yeah, I assume.
But the creature's still seeing you, so it's going to come in for another swipe.
Yeah.
So could you each pull another block?
Okay. Does the presumably the submarine doesn't have sonar? It's just...
Why would the submarine not have sonar?
It could have sonar.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
well,
not
then
a
we don't need the
sub-expert.
lights.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So do you guys want to take action?
Do you know where the light switch is? The other light switch?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can find it if you pull, because she's concentrating on getting you guys out of there.
So let's first do our jostle pulls,
Okay.
and then if you want to try and make a pull to find the switch, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go first? I felt like there was a really loose one over here, but maybe that's like not a good idea.
Take ones from the center.
Okay. Keep a strong base.
Yes.
Jives. Just tuck that back in. Okay. I don't know, man. Some of the edge ones are really loose.
Loose is fine as long as they're still in place.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. Do you want to turn the lights off?
Oh, yeah.
The thing about the edges is that there's fewer blocks that we can pull as well. So I don't think we should pull exclusively from the center.
Because then eventually you'll have to pull one of the side ones and it's gonna fall for sure. But we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Okay. You flick the lights off.
Okay.
You find it. And they both... Boom. The sonar shows a good view. And you notice that where the ground looked like it was when the lights were on, the sonar clearly shows that it's lower than that. So it's sort of like there's like the sea bottom that you were seeing, but then on the sonar, now that you're paying full attention to that, you notice that there's about like 200 feet lower below what the light was showing.
Is that... So I say to Libby, is that like turbulence? Is that just like mud in the water?
Yeah, what were we seeing?
So she says, one second. And as you guys lower toward the floor, the sea floor, the creature loses interest in you and leaves. She loosens up a bit, and she says that the ground that you saw with the lights, that's not the sea floor. We're going below that. That's an illusion of some sort. I'm not really sure what it is, but we've noticed it in our research, and we're actually going below that false bottom. And she lowers you down.
Okay.
Since the creature's gone, she's gonna like illuminate just a small light, just like a small middle light, just to kind of show you what's going on. And she like, you know, checks the like sonar and stuff just to make sure that thing's not coming back, and it's fine. So she lowers you down. The ground rises up around you, and then you ripple through it, and a ripple goes through this brown, murky, false bottom.
Does it look like particles of matter or some
Yeah. It looks like you know when you're in like a swamp or something and you see that kind of moss that's just, it looks kind of like it's solid a little bit, but if you were to step in it, you just be like, and like it kind of reminds you a little bit of that.
Okay.
And it kind of separates and the little particles are like bitsing around.
Yeah, okay.
But
it's like physical, it's not an illusion.
No, it's not like an optical illusion or like like a magical thing. It's just like some kind of natural blockade,
like a layering in the water.
Like like a layer of something.
Fascinating.
Yeah. You go below it, and it's like murky under there, but it's also almost like clearer at the same time. Like it's like a darkness that you've never seen before. Like you've never seen something this dark under there, and you have the light, but it's not catching anything.
Okay.
There's no little like floating particle creatures or anything that you were seeing above that layer. It seems just completely
pristine.
Yeah, it's like this pristine area. And you go lower and lower, and your sonar picks up like a shape on the ground, this real ground. On the bottom, the seafloor, and you're going lower and lower. And it feels like this, like it's like an oppressive darkness. And you get there, and she says, "Okay, we're here. I'm going to engage the arm, and we're going to try and pull this thing. Should I turn the lights on, maybe? Do you think we're
Well, first of all,
safe?
How big is this thing? Like on the sonar, what?
Yeah,
did you get
it
an
looks
impression
to be probably the size of this table. So what is this? Like it's this huge flat stone, but it's strangely like it doesn't look like it was fat. Like it looks like it was touched by it looks like it was created.
Right.
It's not. It has it has like beveled edges. Like it looks like it was created. It doesn't look like it was just naturally formed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need the lights?
We can try doing it with just the small light.
So these arms we're going to have to manually...
Yeah.
So we probably could, yeah.
We don't want to damage it.
Yeah,
so...
what if the material is fragile? Yeah.
What do you think?
Well...
Lights?
I'm just along for the drive.
Okay.
For the drive. If
all right.
you guys need me to fix something,
we'll see on the sonar if any other movement starts to approach us, and then we can turn the lights off.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah. We both know where the light switches are now, so we can just do that if we need to. Yeah.
Okay. So she engages, there's 3 arms altogether. So she engages the main one, and she engages a side one for if anything needs to be done. And she'll engage all 3 just in case. So she'll say I know you're very good at sort of delicate work. Maybe if you want to do the main arm,
sure.
And I'll make sure the ship's steady. If you want to do any secondary motion, if it looks like it's going to fall or something, maybe you could catch it.
I don't have any training with that, but
well, I think everyone would have been very generally trained. I think everyone would have been
trained to use some things on the ship that you might need to.
I was picturing that everyone's kind of a bit of a generalist on this station just because there's so few crew.
Yeah.
But you're very well paid.
Okay.
That's gonna matter when we're dead.
So would you like to do a pull to, see how this is going?
Sure. Yeah, this one is super loose, so I'm gonna take it and put it on the top.
Okay. So yeah, it goes really well. You maneuver it like you've been doing. You're born for this moment, this discovery.
When I'm bored, I practice using these arms.
Yeah, of course. So it reaches out, and it clamps around one side, and you're very gentle with it. And you pull it up, and it comes loose fairly easily. Like you weren't expecting it to come free that. like, oh, good.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Great.
At that moment, though, you all see something leave from underneath. This black shape just flutters from underneath, and it looks to be about the same size as the thing you're lifting. So this, how big is this table, would you say? Like, is it 8 foot, 6 foot?
6 at
Yeah,
most. Yeah.
6.
So yeah, like a 6 foot round shape just floats out from underneath what you just lifted.
He stole its hat.
It didn't it didn't show up on your sonar,
Yeah.
And it seems to be gone.
Okay.
Wait, while it was moving, it didn't show up.
No, it didn't
Oh,
show up.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Hi, Lo Kiwi.
Hi.
She says money, 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 but also are those little skull and crossbones? But also skull, skull, skull.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I would like you each to pull, because this, even though
It's creepy.
it's something that unsettles you. Like, you're not gonna like freak out or anything, but you feel a little unsettled. Like, you've never seen something like that, and the fact that it didn't show up on the sonar is a little disturbing.
Yeah, it should for sure. Okay. What about you? Huh? All right.
You shake free of any concern. You're both fine.
Yeah.
And Libby doesn't even seem to have noticed it, so she's just kind of holding the ship steady, and she says, what's your character's name again? Good job, Marnie. Let's get this thing back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she pulls it in reverse, I guess, I don't know, and then speeds back up with this thing, and it tucks itself like under the submarine so that it's like not just waving around in front of the sub,
Yeah.
and it's kind of stored
Releases
safely.
the other arms to
Oh, it
cradle
like
it.
hugs
Hug
it. It like hugs it underneath it and
To its
brings it
belly.
back up. That's really cute. Tadpole hugs the artifact all the way up. So you're pulling back up, and you can kind of see that murky layer, and you can't even see the light of the station above it. It's just so dark down here. But it's a flexible item, and Libby just kind of pulls you up through, and it breaks away the same way as it did before, and that's good. That's good.
Yes.
You're heading towards the station. But the thing that's weird is that the station, the lights aren't all on anymore. Like, there's a bunch of the lights that are off now, and you've never seen this station with any of the lights off. They've always been on constantly to keep collecting data, to keep the recordings going. Just these cameras are always going, and now a fair few, maybe even half of them are off.
power
So-
failure.
Shh. Lilypad, this is Tadpole. Are you there? Shh. Over. Shh.
Best radio operator ever.
Yeah, I'm super pro.
There's no answer.
Oh my gosh. I'm like,
Libby says, Marnie, calm down. It's probably just our,
it's
they
just power
probably,
failure.
or even our comms might have been damaged by that thing.
right.
Like that thing might have bumped something.
Okay.
Telemetry is just down. It's fine.
Okay.
We're going to be fine.
Okay.
And she scoots you toward
Yeah.
As you're nearing the station, the sub shudders for a moment and starts puttering a little bit. It seems like something is wrong with your sub. And it's going up, and it's slowing down, and Libby starts flicking some things, and she's trying some knobs and stuff, and it's just not coming together. And she's very calm, and she says, "We may have to put on our suits. Don't panic. but we're having some technical difficulties.
Can you diagnose it? What's going on?
Well, and she flicks a few more things and she says, our telemetry seems to be down. Our sonar seems to not be functioning. And our power seems to be failing a little bit as well. And as she says that, it kind of like the light flickers and goes out. And your sub it's slowing its ascent. And then it stops. And then it starts
drifting
sinking a little. Well, probably not sinking yet, but it's just like drifting. It's got its like ballast and stuff, like it's fine.
Yeah, buoyancy wouldn't be affected yet.
Yeah, so it's not propelling forward as it was. But you're probably only a like 50-foot swim away. Like it's not too bad.
All right.
So she takes, she turns off whatever needs to be turned off, and she says, we'll get some help and then we'll tow it back in. It's going to be fine.
Okay.
And she puts on her suit and gets ready. And there's, I don't know, a hatch of some kind that you can go into and depressurize and all that stuff and get into the water. So she goes first.
Oh, no, I'll go first.
You'll go first? Okay. That sounds good.
I'll put our suits on. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
And everyone, I'm sure you check everyone, and
everyone
everyone checks you, and everyone's checked. Okay, good. You all go into the water. It's very dark. This is the darkest you've ever seen it around this station.
So we're going to stay in physical contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tether.
If we have
tether each other together. Perfect.
Are we tethering to the vessel?
No.
Okay, we're just kind of letting it go.
Nothing we can do. We the three of us swimming can't tow it.
No,
it'll pull us.
But does it have like a winch line that we could pull out and
possibly.
like
Sure.
carry?
You want to take that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if I start to notice that us pulling on that winch cable is resulting in the submarine pulling us away from the station, I'll point that out.
Yeah, my plan is like to kind of anchor my foot on the vessel, pull out a bunch of line.
Oh, I see. Pull out a bunch of slack first.
And then just take this line with us up, like, because we're pretty close, you said, right?
Yeah, 50 feet or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well...
That's about as much line as the Ethernet cable that we bought.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay, since you guys thought it through really well, I won't make you pull or anything. So you've thought it through, you've got your slack, you put on your wetsuits, you checked everything.
Okay.
You get in the water, and you swim up to the immersion chamber. Did you want to do like any kind of like looking at the station, maybe observing or?
No, our first priority has to be to get inside. We can come back out and check for damage or whatever later.
Okay. Sure.
Yep. Okay. Libby's on board.
Okay.
So you swim out. It feels quieter than normal, and that's probably just, you're not seeing as much light. There's not as much information you're gathering with your senses, and it just feels like this cold darkness, like more so than normal around the station, which is usually bustling with light and blinking lights and whatnot. Luckily, the immersion chamber, submersion chamber, whatever I called it earlier, still has its light on. So you head up and you get inside.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say we find an appropriate piece of hardware to hook the submarine to.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, it's like underwater, or do you like bring it up inside and hook it inside?
Is there like a device like for that purpose?
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We'll say sure.
Yeah.
So you bring it in, you get it in, and you start like towing it closer to the station.
Yeah.
Or
if
at
we
least
can,
just connecting it for now.
Yeah.
And then we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look around, and this pristine station that you've lived in for probably the past 6 months or so while you've been on this mission looks dusty, and there's like bits of rust on the walls. You've never seen, and like you have like a custodian in generalized. Let's see, who is it? Haley Wu has usually like kept things very in tip-top shape. She's like mechanic, general custodian type duties, but like very good at what she does. Mm-hmm. She would never let some rust appear. Like, this should have been reported and fixed long. Like,
and it also wasn't like that when we just left.
Right, right. So it doesn't make any, like, none of it makes any sense. That, like, what is happening kind of a deal.
Yeah.
So you've noticed this, but you still, you hook the winch and it's there. The winch looks a bit rusty as well. Just everything that, like, the water was touching, like, there seems to be, like, just rust is coming away from the water, and it, you do notice, do either of you have any kind of, like, perception?
No.
Kind of like a skill that you could say could relate to perception?
I'm good at making sense of things. Logic, reasoning, deduction.
Okay. Looking at your surroundings, you can kind of get an impression that the rust seems to have originated, maybe it's like the most rusty area, and it kind of looks like it's going to the door, like to get upstairs. It, like, so everywhere is a bit rusty, yeah, but it's not a super evident one because everything is looking rusted. But you do notice
there's a little bit more concentrated there.
Yeah.
So for a living, I fabricate metal things underwater. Do I have a sense of how long it would take for this much rust to form?
Yes. So you right away, like, warning bells are going off, and you're thinking, like, something like this could have taken, like, 100 years for something this bad to be neglected.
Especially if somebody were...
And with this metal, like, that so well, this high cost, like, it's been sealed. Yeah. You're thinking, like, unless something, like, got rid of the seal and, like, was trying to rust it, like, you can't imagine this have happened anytime
less than
like 100 years.
Okay,
or something.
well, I mentioned that.
Okay, yeah. Libby looks like she's very stoic, but her eyes widen.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'll say, and it looks like it's concentrated here by the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to go up there, though, don't we?
Well, so would there normally be people working here?
Yeah, I'd say, since you guys were out on a journey, like, there should have been someone down here.
But there's no signs of people.
All right. Well, I think we should stow our diving gear, including our suits.
Okay.
Before we go anywhere.
Why?
So that they don't get holes in them.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
Libby will agree and doff her...
And then I find the biggest wrench I can find.
Okay, sure. We'll say that you find a pretty good wrench. Yeah. Very... where they are.
The big mechanical...
Yeah, know where they are.
Right? So,
Yeah, like, this ship must have, like, really big bolts, so you're gonna need, like, a
real
really
big
wrench for that. Yeah.
Exactly.
You find a real good one. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So what do you two do? You find a wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You doff your gear.
We should probably go up through the rusty door.
Yeah.
Is there any other entrances into the main...
There would probably be another set of stairs. Like, there's probably one on either side, I would say.
Do those look rusty compared to this door?
But not as rusty as the other one.
Maybe so I'm going to say, should we go through the least less rusty?
Sure.
Okay, we'll go through one of those.
So you said that the lights are on in here.
Yeah.
Is there, like, a storage locker of... Like, so all the diving gear is going to be in here?
Yeah, all the diving gear would be there. Machinery for the submarine.
Can we find some flashlights?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So you find the flashlights and
headlamps.
And
I can go get some if you want. I really have them.
These were kept in, like, a plastic container.
Okay.
Waterproof
Sealed,
and stuff, sealed. So you break the seal, you open it, and that looks still pretty new. Like you left it. Like, it doesn't look... so you take them out and they're good, and they're like the nice metal ones that you could, like, knock someone out with.
Oh, okay.
So you got these huge flashlights and they're very good. Is there any other kind of gear that you would be looking for out of this sort of emergency? So you're looking for flashlights, you got a wrench, anything else you want to try and get before we
I've
go
always
upstairs?
got my watch and my dive knife.
I have my multi-tool that my dad gave me, but should I grab something? Did you find 2 wrenches?
Sure. Or there's pipes. And
That's true. That's
I'll
true.
try and like lift one of the big wrenches, and I'm like, okay, what about this little pipe? It's like a slightly smaller.
yeah.
Okay. You've armed yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Libby will grab a pipe too, just
Yeah.
so that she has something as well.
Yeah.
Boo boo boo. Okay. Okay. You guys go into the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
This stairwell doesn't look as rusted. You know, you're going up and you're kind of like listening for any sounds, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
You're heading up. And you get to the door that would lead you into the station. And this door would lead you into, like, the kitchen area.
Yeah.
Whereas the other door would lead you more into the lab area. And then, like, the middle is kind of, like, where all the power stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's go check that.
Well, let's go through this door.
Sure, yes.
Yeah. All right, so you open the door. The kitchen has someone standing in it. They're not facing the door.
Mm-hmm.
They're facing into the food. And from behind, you kind of get the impression that this might be Asgul McClare. He's another underwater welder, and you've worked with him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you know him as kind of clumsy, and he kind of gets on your nerves a bit.
Okay.
So,
So you said McClare was his last name?
McClare, yeah.
So I say, McClare, where is everyone?
McClare doesn't move.
Okay, I look around. And then I walk toward him.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I say his name again. McClare.
He still doesn't move.
Okay.
He's just standing completely still, his back to you.
Yeah. So I, with the wrench, I
Okay.
sort of lightly push him on the shoulder.
Okay, so you push him, and he kind of goes like this and swivels a bit, and he looks at you, but his eyes are just blackened over.
Oh.
Like, his eyes are open, but they're
Black.
They're black, like just complete blackness.
So it's as if his eyeballs are black as opposed to something covering his eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Weird.
I step back.
Okay. I would make you pull, but you stay calm when things go sideways. So
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna say that you don't pull for this.
You got any ideas, Doc?
Do I?
Do you see this?
Yeah.
You would have to pull.
Okay.
Because you don't have your strength is not in.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, let's find a little blocky. Oh, jeez.
This side is really weak. You don't want to be pulling.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's like 2 in a row
Yeah.
there.
Maybe I should pull like from over here. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Shouldn't be whispering. That's a good one. Here we go.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. So you're fine. You recover. This view shakes you for a moment, but then you calm yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're seeing it's McClare, but his eyes are just completely black,
Okay.
and his face is slack. You've never seen this man without a smile on his face before,
Yeah.
but he's like completely slack.
Does he look any older than he did when we left?
Ooh.
He does not.
Okay.
He does not.
Does he continue to look at us? You
Yeah,
said he
it's
looked
kind
at-
of like he readjusted himself, and it doesn't look like he's pinpointing anything in particular with his gaze.
He's just like in our direction.
It's just now that you've kind of bumped him and swiveled him around a bit with your touch, he's just kind of facing you now with, like, not like looking at you,
Yeah,
but just
yeah.
kind of like.
Okay, well, if he's not coming after us,
Then I'm gonna like step around behind him and see if he follows me with his eyes.
Okay, you step around him, and you're keeping your distance, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
And he does not swivel his head or like
He
you
doesn't
can't really
acknowledge
tell
me
his
at
eyes
all,
move,
yeah.
but like he's not. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be acknowledging you at all.
I glanced into the kitchen to see what he had been looking at.
Okay. He was looking at a pile of his favorite snacks. And you know that he frequently visited that corner to get his snacks.
Right.
So you weren't surprised to see him in that spot in the kitchen,
Right.
but the rest is surprising.
Right. So he's like kind of in like the doorway of the kitchen, or he's like fully in the kitchen?
He's in the kitchen. So
Okay.
let's say
Like a
you
pantry
guys,
or something?
yeah,
that he
like
was
the
looking
pantry.
in?
Yeah. So we'll say that it's like a pantry section. So the door's there.
Mhm.
It's like the pantry, and then you can go in around, and that's kind of where the
Okay.
cooking stuff and the freezer and stuff like that is.
So I was just thinking that maybe we could like check to see if all of the food was still good, but I mean it would all be preserved food anyway. Like we wouldn't have deliveries of fresh food, so
Yeah.
it's unlikely to have spoiled. Anyway,
Or we would have to like open a can to find
Yeah.
out if it was.
And you notice, since you're kind of attuned to this right now, is that around his feet seems to be like that rust. And,
Like-
and you can kind of see a trail of it from out,
leading to
leading
him.
away, like leading out into the kitchen area.
I'll point that out.
Yeah.
so I, again, keeping my distance.
Yeah.
I crouch down, keep an eye on his face, and then I look at his feet. Are his feet wet?
Yeah, his feet are a bit wet. So there's like a rust, and then it's like each foot has like some liquid on it.
But he's wearing shoes.
He's wearing shoes. He's wearing his black, like, boots that he would
Right.
normally wear.
Okay. So I look at you and I say, let's see if we can find anyone else.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Libby says. She
All right.
she's like sweating now. Like,
Yeah,
like
it's really weird.
her face looks calm, but yeah, she's definitely like sweating.
So I think the first thing we should do is check all the mechanical systems, the air filtration, and all of that stuff. Make sure we'll find out how much longer it's going to be running.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you head out into the kitchen. Let's see. Okay. So you head out of the kitchen and you're heading towards like the sort of power area where all like the main machinery is, like at the center of the station. Okay.
Yeah.
So you head in there and you see Haley Wu, and that's a normal spot for her to be. She's usually in the power area making sure everything's fine. Usually there's not much to do because it's a very expensive system. And usually this room is just filled with like, you know, bright blue light. Like Barton always buys the fancy looking stuff.
Right.
It's expensive. You know, he likes it to be. He has this color scheme in mind. It's very
Shiny.
blue, shiny. Yeah, futuristic.
Yeah.
But now this room is full of rust. This is the most rusted area, and there seems to be this like black covering that's over the main sort of spinning part of this huge power machine engine.
Okay.
Generator?
And usually it's giving off this blue glow, but this room is dark, and it's never ever been dark in here before. So with your flashlight you see Haley, and she's facing the machinery.
And doesn't react to us either.
Doesn't react to you guys opening the door.
Should we poke her? See if she has the same.
I shine my light towards the generator thing.
Okay.
And you said there's something black covering it?
Yeah. Like
Is it like
when
goop? It's not
yeah,
a sheet.
it looks wet.
Yeah.
It looks wet.
All right,
and it looks dark.
I closed the door.
Oh, you back out and you just
yes.
it's kind of like everyone out
Yeah.
and close the door. Okay.
That's not normal.
Okay.
This is like a science thing, right? I mean, what is that? Do you have a way of figuring out what that is?
Maybe. Could I take like a sample?
Sure.
And we could go to the lab. And
Yeah,
I
sure.
could
Oh, okay.
do like an
so-
assay.
All right. So do you need to get like science stuff first? Like a thing to put
Uh,
the
Stuff's in the
sample in?
lab.
yeah, okay. Let's go to the lab and grab some stuff and see if
Okay.
we can figure this out. Yeah.
So you head around the power area. You go past the door with like the social event, and you go straight for the lab.
Mm-hmm.
The door to the lab is closed, as it usually is.
Mm-hmm.
You open the door to the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
More her
Yeah.
thing than mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You open the door to the lab.
And then I go in.
Okay. You follow. Libby
You just
follows.
like push me out of the way.
Well, whatever.
You follow me in? Is that what
Sure.
you meant?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Because that would be a conflict moment. You'd have to pull. Okay.
Well, I would like just let him push me.
Right.
but, yeah.
You're in the lab.
Okay.
All the equipment, like there's definitely rust in here, and you do see Sky, and Sky is standing near the intercom, and the screen shows the last clip that the submarine sent over, and it was before you went under the Merc.
The shark thing?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's showing that shark thing, and like even just the view of, so it's playing that shark moment, and then it gets to the part where you guys are going under that murky thing, and then it just cuts off, and then it starts over with the shark
Beginning of that
thing,
clip.
and then so it's just that clip just is kind of on loop, and she's standing in front of it staring at it.
Okay.
So
I want to get some... I mean, I'm assuming we come in, there's no... She's not turning to look at us.
She's
keep-
not reacting.
I keep an eye on her.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I will grab whatever tools I need to go take like a sample from something. There's
Okay.
no black goop in here.
Well, you do notice, usually in the lab, and this is an emergency situation, so you're kind of just going in to get things done, but you would normally put like little blue booties on and just kind of be fairly clean in here. Her little blue booties, like they're like, I don't know if anyone else is familiar, but in the hospital, we would, I used to work in a hospital, and we would put these like fabric blue boots on if we were going to the OR or anything like that.
Yeah.
So she's wearing them, but now they're like soaked in like a black liquid.
Oh, okay.
And the rust seems to be kind of around her mostly.
Okay. So I say, should I just take a sample from her, or should we go into the...
What, like from her feet, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Or do you want to go
You're the
grab-
scientist. No, this seems less freaky.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but
We'll
it's
have a
small.
look at this and see what I
Yeah.
find. And then
Yeah.
if I need to go take another sample, we can. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to get up there and you're going to take a sample. So I want you
Yeah.
to pull to get a good sample.
I'm ready to
Okay.
to whack her if she
moves.
well, not if she
Or-
moves,
okay.
if she's hostile.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I want to come this way. Easy peasy. I'll put it in the middle.
Okay.
So that's the most balanced.
So you reach out and you have kind of like this little scraper, and you're going to scrape some into your test tube. So you get right down close, and she's not moving. She's not reacting to you.
Yeah.
And you check, and then you dig your scalpel in and scrape some into the tube, and you're successful. But there's this screech that comes out of her mouth, and she turns to like reach out at you. So this was a moment
whack
when you wanted to whack her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not good at conflict though.
No.
So I would like you to pull, but you can pull to whack. Or no, you would kind of react first, and then you can whack.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'll
So
try
you
and like
pull.
get away.
So you're trying to
Okay.
kind of, avoid being,
Grabbed by the ooze zombie.
The ooze zombie. Oh, here's one. Do we want to take that one?
No. Take from the middle.
What do you mean? Like a middle block? That's... Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh. We can't do this forever, Neil.
I know.
What did it shake?
Yes, it did.
it went like this.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my God.
put it on this side.
Okay.
I feel like That might have been good for the camera and me because it went like.
I didn't see it move at all.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, so you managed to scrabble out of the way.
Yeah.
And
Now it's me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then Donald.
There's a block coming out on this side as well, the red block. Yeah. One at a time.
One hand only.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should push it out towards you. Oh, jeez. Push it out that way. So that you can pull it out once it's...
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Oh my god. Those blocks are so loose now.
Every time it moves, I was like gasping, and then you poke it back in, and I'd release so that I'd gasp. Perfect.
Okay.
You get a good whack in. So Sky
Poor
just
Sky.
yeah, Sky screeches and reaches for Marnie,
Yeah.
and Donald just whack. And you're pretty muscly after all of your you're lifting pipes, you're working with machinery. You smack her right in the head, and she goes sideways, and this black ooze drips, and it seems to like clear her eyes as well, and she collapses, and you can see the whites of her eyes just before she falls to the floor, and a puddle of black ooze comes from her mouth and drips all over the floor where she's currently lying.
Get away from that!
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Libby wasn't fast enough.
Libby, no.
She was holding it together, and this happened, and she saw Sky get hit, and she just kind of was frozen there just a moment too long.
Mm-hmm.
This puddle goes toward her, and it gets on her shoes.
Yeah.
She reacts, and she starts like trying to shake it off, and she starts like jittering a bit, and then she screams, and as she screams, you can see her eyes just black over.
Okay.
And then she stops moving, she stops screaming, and she just stands there.
All right. Don't whop her.
No. She's not going to do anything unless we try to take her goo.
As far as we know.
The only thing that's different now
Yeah.
is that the puddle at her feet, so her shoes are now covered in it as well. The only thing that's different is that there seems to be more of that black liquid than there was that even came out of Sky. And it looks like it's kind of growing around Libby's feet.
Okay.
Do your test quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do a test on this to see like what is making it up. What it's made of.
Right, okay. So you head over to the machinery.
So
Kiwi says that she's stressed, by the way.
while she's doing that, I'm going to try and find something that I can lay on the floor to make a barrier to prevent it from spreading toward us. Yeah.
All right. So in
Got
this
a towel, like a row of towels.
Yes. There's
Hopefully
definitely
something better than that.
Well, there's definitely like there's sterile towels. There are trays. There are
cords.
Yep. There'd be piles of cords. Probably not a ton of extra ones, but like there would be. You could always unplug some machinery that's over that isn't being used. Like you can find some stuff like that. You could wet towels if you wanted to.
Sure. So I'm gonna work on that while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a. Do you have a strength in? Let me see here. Oh, maybe that was you have a strength in like problem solving.
Yeah,
don't you?
making sense of things, logic, reasoning, deduction.
Okay, so you're gonna make a pull to get this done faster than this thing is able to get past you. So you're trying to make this. So yeah, that's
Barrier,
kind of what's on the line is just how fast can you get this done before the thing gets there.
Wait a minute. This is the thing?
So I'll let you kind of do that while.
Okay.
So you go over to the tester.
Uh-huh.
And you put the sample onto, like, what are you picturing when you're testing it? Are you going to just kind of drop it into a machine, or are you doing like a microscope thing, or like what are you picturing?
Yeah, so I want to do two things, I think. Okay. One would be, there's like one of those, I'm not a biologist.
No.
Or a geologist.
Right.
My degree is in psychology. So we didn't use any of these gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
But my imagination is that there's like some kind of device that I can put a sample in and it will like spin it around and like figure out like what chemicals are making up this sample.
Okay.
And then I also want to look at it in a microscope.
Okay.
While that, like, I'll set that up and get it going. That maybe takes, I don't know how long to run. You can decide that.
Right.
And while that's running, I'll try and like make up a slide and look at it under a microscope.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I assume it's not valid to just pick this one up and...
No, it has to be. Actually, I believe it could be the second row.
Yeah, I'll allow it to be the second row. If you wanted, like,
you have to have a complete row above the one that you're picking from,
yeah.
Basically.
We're getting into the good stuff.
Just poke around and find a loose one.
That's how they collapse.
The bottom two were pretty loose.
Yeah, but he wants to. Don't touch with two hands.
Right.
He wants to keep that solid, right?
Yeah.
And that's not a crazy thing. What about like this row? Are there any loose ones there?
Nope. That's what's holding it
this
together.
one looks like it would be loose, but it isn't. It has that like look to it.
Good Lord.
This is what makes Dread so good, everybody. Is this like fear of the tower.
Loki says me fully holding my breath whenever anyone tries to grab a brick.
Yes.
Oh, you're doing it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good job. What was it? Daniels?
Donald.
No, Donald. Okay.
So fast. You manage to you wet some towels, you get it around, you reinforce it, and this thing seeps toward you, but it doesn't seem to know how to get past this little
It
little
can't do
barrier.
up.
Right, like it's just kind of like it's kind of seeping around, and you seem to have contained it.
Awesome.
Good job. Little Kiwi says you did it.
Yeah. So Marnie.
Yeah.
Does a drip into the big machine
yeah.
that will
the science machine
that will tell us some information.
The assay deck.
Yep.
Enhance.
And then you push the button. Yeah, you push the button. You push the enhance button.
Yeah.
And it starts enhancing. So it's gonna do.
Where's the explain button?
Yeah. You hit enhance, explain, and fast, and then it starts doing its thing. And you see a loading bar.
It's like you're setting the dishwasher.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how science works, right? Okay. So it is doing its thing. You're seeing the loading bar.
It's working.
And it seems to be working.
Ooh, that's good.
So you take a drop and you put it on the microscope and you look into it and you zoom in. And you just put like a tiny drop.
Yeah.
And it seems to be created out of something that you've never seen before. Mm-hmm. It seems to be a life form that's created from... What's life on Earth? It's mostly carbon. So it's not carbon-based. You can tell that right away.
Ew. Weird.
So it's something else.
I knew it.
You've just made probably the most significant biological discovery. Sky, if she's going to survive, would be so jealous right now.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible.
Right, yeah. However, it seeps up through the microscope towards your eye.
What are you laughing at me? It's my eye.
Yes, it is.
So you pull away. It's super fast, but it looks like it's kind of like growing very fast, replicating so quickly, and you pull away, and as you look up, you notice that the monitor that had the loading bar is turned off. And all the lights in the machine start blinking out and rusting very quickly.
Okay.
And it's spreading. Like, this rust is spreading through all the lights and all the buttons and switches.
Just
and it's
spontaneously? We don't see anything making it happen?
It would be the machine that I put the sample in? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
so the machine you put the sample in, it seems to be rusting and spreading from the spot you put the sample in.
Yeah.
And the lights are going out and getting covered with black and just
Right.
That's not good.
No machine for you.
Okay, so now there's just two of you that seem to be here.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know. What should we do? Should we go to command and see if there's any like a way that we can send a message to somebody? We need to put a towel around this microscope for sure.
Yeah. You wrap a towel around it.
Or just like close the door to the lab and then just put like a wet towel under the door.
We should smoke something first.
Yeah.
Since we're putting a towel there anyway.
Oh, yeah, use the room to its full potential.
I'm thinking we should do what we can to get the sub operational and we'll leave.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Because we don't want to bring other people here.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't want to see if we can communicate anything first? Send out a message, SOS. I guess.
Well,
you're
sure.
saying like even if we don't get away from here, it's better if nobody comes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So presumably,
GTFO.
Presumably, all of the submarine stuff would be down in the
in the main
area.
That immersion
chamber.
chamber.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So you head back through the hallway that you came down. You don't go the other way. You go the same way that you.
So there would have been a stairwell from the lab, you said, down
Yes,
to.
there is.
So we could take that door.
Well, we look down it anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You open the door, and it's the most rusted you've seen, other than maybe the power room. It's the stairs look flimsy, and potentially you could maybe slide down the railing a little bit if you want to try.
Let's go the other way. We'll just close the door.
Yeah. No, and plus we've already come the other way, so we know what we ran into.
Right.
We'll still be cautious.
Yes.
But we haven't seen any evidence that people infected with this stuff move.
Chase after people. Yeah, because was it Libby? She's still just standing still?
Standing still.
Yeah.
For now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, so you leave the lab. And you head down the hallway and you pass the living area and you head back towards the kitchen. Okay.
Yeah, because that's where the other stairwell came out.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And Askel is walking. And he seems to be heading towards you. And he's kind of going slowly.
Can we get out of his way?
You.
Like
okay, so you want to... Yeah, it's not a super thin hallway. Like, Barton said at no expense.
I don't just want to step out of the way to the wall. I want to get into a different corridor or room
completely
to see whether or not he's coming for us or just moving in this direction.
Yeah, you could go into the living space area if you want to.
Quick check to see if anyone's in there first.
Yeah. There is someone in there. Okay, so do you open the door? I guess you would have to check in. As you open the door, Nathan Barton is standing at the doorway. Just, you open the door and his face is just
right
there. And his eyes are blacked out.
Yeah.
And he's stepping. It's almost like he was waiting for the door to be opened.
Okay.
And as you...
Sorry, Roz is just barking.
Oh, sure.
Would you mind, in this tense moment, if we just... You probably just need to, like, open the door and tell her to be quiet.
Yeah.
She's probably like
We'll take a momentary break.
She's still standing still. For now, yes. Oh, no. Yes. This will be our standard approximately 9 p.m. break, because it's 10 to 9.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer this game will last, but we'll see. Very off the cuff.
Yeah, this tower is
looking sketchy.
Getting precarious.
Yeah. It really is. It's weird how sometimes a tower will stack really high before it gets precarious, and then some will just kind of get precarious pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's definitely like leaning a little bit this way.
Oh, is it?
Towards the camera. A little bit.
Yeah, I can't tell because, Yeah. When you pulled that one and it went like the whole top just like leaned a little bit, my heart stopped.
That's funny.
I don't feel like I'm the best at running horror games because I root for you guys so much that I'm like scared for bad things to happen. So it's like really hard for me to run a horror game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. But the thing that's fun about Dread is that it's kind of meant to be a one-shot.
Yeah, it is definitely.
So you really, as the DM, don't need to feel, or GM, you don't need to feel as bad.
No, for sure.
Because everybody kind of knows their character might die.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay, so the door opens. And it's just, he's just standing there, slack-faced, blackened eyes, and is walking, like, as soon as the door opens, he takes a step towards you, and, like, your noses touch.
Ew.
Like, he just steps towards you.
In that
moment, the blackness from his eyes, like, get a little bit on your cheek. Just like a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to do a pull. A resist pull.
What does that mean?
You're trying to not have something bad happen in this moment.
I see. Okay. I thought you meant I had to pull in a specific way.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's no specific. I'm not going to go. I had it in my notes that it would be to pull 3 if anything like this happened, but I'm going to go with 1 because this is so precarious.
Yeah.
That might be all you need.
It might be.
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, God. Yeah. Assume the correct stance.
That was a good pull.
Yes. Good job.
Whew, okay. So you react, and you're good under pressure. Yeah. So you just manage to get it and like wipe it on him. Well, on him. Okay, you wipe it on his clothes. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got something. Here you go.
But he's still advancing towards you. So
I step out of the way.
You step out of the way. So you step out of his way, and he steps past you and starts heading toward the lab area.
Okay. Fine.
Mm-hmm. Coming from behind you is Askell.
I wonder if they've been summoned by that.
Seems like it.
Yeah, okay.
And Askell's behind you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in the time that you know this kind of was happening, he's caught up to you.
Yeah.
And he's directly behind you.
Yeah.
And he bumps into you.
Yeah.
And you feel something drip down your neck.
Ew! Okay.
So I would like you to do a pull.
Okay. Which way? I kind of want to do this, I think. Oh, geez. No? Jill can't watch. What about this? Ooh, no. Okay, let's do this one. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Okay.
good job. Good job. So you reach back and you grab what's dripped on you and you smear it on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's this black liquid. And
Yeah.
it seems like it feels a bit energized. Like it looks like it got a bit of energy just in contact with you.
Ew.
And it starts spreading quickly along
Okay.
the wall.
Yep.
And it looks like it's going for like the light switch.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine
it's
with
like
me.
rusting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's get out of here.
Yes.
So you guys pick up the pace.
Yeah.
And you head down to the less rusted stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
And you head down, and the immersion chamber, it looks like it's getting a bit more rusted because you've been away for, I don't know how long this has taken, like 20 minutes?
Something like
maybe.
that. Yeah.
The rust has spread, and you do see that it has been spreading in your absence.
Yes, okay.
The winch rope also has some rust on it, leading into the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's connected to the submarine.
Yeah. What about our suits?
And you go over to your suits. I'll say that you stored them probably in like their traditional like plastic
Yes.
like spots to keep them from, and they're fine. They're okay.
Okay.
So we need extra batteries for the or a way of charging the batteries in the submarine.
Do I think that if we float far enough away from the station that maybe the power will come back? Because it's when we approached.
So it could be one of two things. It could either be like that electrical conduction or current or whatever is being suppressed, or it's being drawn off.
Mm-hmm.
So there might not be any power left.
Okay. So is there like a spare? But I mean, yeah, like is there like a spare battery or?
Sure. Yeah.
something?
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you guys need, we're working this out together.
Does it have
Okay.
goop on it?
You go to the container.
That would be stored very securely because if salt water gets on batteries, it
Okay.
explodes. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So you know where it is.
Yeah.
And you've probably changed it a couple times, like recently. You know,
Okay.
just making sure everything was good. So you get it.
What?
Spider web.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
and I saw the black hook and the
Yeah.
black thing, and I was like, oh god, it's found us.
Drip.
Yeah. No. What have I brought?
Yeah.
So you know where it is.
Yeah.
You grab it. You've
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
You've got your suits on.
Suits on.
Okay, you head in the water. You have lights on your suits.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do when you get in the water?
Swim towards the.
Yeah, we followed the line to the submarine without lights.
Given that this line has started rusting, I'm gonna recommend that when we get to the ship, you like weld it off. You sever it. Because I don't want any of the I don't know
how far it's progressed.
Yeah,
but
and
we
I
should
don't
cut it off.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, so I'll bring cutters.
Okay, so
Like hand
bolt cutter
bolt
kind of
cutters.
things?
Yeah.
yeah, perfect. So you've said that before you got in, then you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
your
yeah,
stuff, got in.
Yeah.
So you're holding the battery, you're holding the bolt cutters.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
You swim over to the thing, to the submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy enough. You guys are very familiar with the submarine and swimming underwater. You're able to get the hatch open and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you should go in first. I'll hand up the battery to you.
Okay.
And then I'll take the bolt cutters and go cut us loose.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So you take it and you are working to get it into the thing. I don't think strength is your strong suit.
No.
So I'm going to get you to pull to see if you can get it in without dropping it into the depths below.
Okay.
Well, I'd be there.
Okay, so you're going to help. So you're
yeah.
So
I hand it up to her, like once she's inside, right?
Oh, so she's going to get inside.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so you're taking the time
Yes.
to do this. Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
perfect. Okay, so you don't have to pull.
Okay.
You're going to have to do a speed pull to make sure that you get to this wire before the rust hits the submarine then.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do a pull.
Maybe. Okay. Go.
Maybe what?
Go.
So you get to the wire. And you notice that the rust is almost touching. And it's spreading at like a visible rate as you're underwater. It seems to be spreading much faster underwater than it did in the air.
Yeah. Oh, God. One hand. Yeah. Just like poke it.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh.
Doesn't want to come. Another thing I should mention at this point, if you want, not that you should at this moment, but just
A reminder.
that if you want to knock over the tower and do the heroic sacrifice thing, you have to say that before. Like, it's not like you try and then fail and say, oh, that was a heroic sacrifice. Like, you have to knock the tower
if somebody's
over.
surviving this, it's going to be me.
I just wanted to make it clear that, like, you can't use like, it has to be intentional before you make the pull. Or declared before you make the pull. Yeah.
Okay. So you take the time, you help get the battery, and the battery is safely in the submarine. You swim
I think
around.
I made like 80% of those pulls. Okay, yep.
You swim around. You could have got away with no pull there, but I was going to make Kate do that pull.
The battery was more important.
But now I don't know how to put it in.
You'll have to pull for it.
Yes.
It'll be a very elaborate set of pulls.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You swim around. And you see this rust, and as I said, it's traveling much faster than you've seen it travel in the station. It's just about to, actually, since it was a fail, it does manage to touch the submarine, and you're trying to weld the thing off.
No, cut.
Cut the thing off, and you snap it off. The thing goes, but there is a drop of stuff that is touching the submarine. I'll let you do one last action before, if you want to choose to do something, but this is not going to end well for your character. So you can choose whatever you think.
So...
Sorry for screaming.
I think that's part of the game.
Okay, so it was traveling along the cable.
Yes.
So now it's spreading on the cable that's on the winch. The winch is attached to a housing. The housing is attached to the submarine.
Yeah.
I want to cut the housing off.
Okay. So you notice this, and you've got a trained eye for seeing mechanical rust, just all of that stuff. So you snip, and you manage to cut away the winch, and it drops down into the depths. And you look at your suit, and it's rusting. And it's seeping. And you feel almost elated. Like, there's this moment when you feel kind of at peace, a euphoria. You remember your family, and you kind of have these moments of just kind of seeing that, and you just stop moving. You also feel like a pull back toward the station.
Okay.
So you begin swimming back toward the station.
Okay.
Hi, Fish.
Fish is good at Jenga.
However, we are going to start this by pulling
3 or more.
I think we're going to have to pull more, because this is how I thought we were. Let's see. I think we'll have to pull more to make it interesting, because we're very close to the end anyway.
It's fine with me. Kitty. Aww.
I think we should pull 6. 3 per player.
Okay.
Oh, am I still a player?
Yeah, do you want to pull 3 or do you want to pull 3 first, and then you can pull 3 to decide to make to decide how easy or hard the tower will be? Or do you want to do one for one?
I want to do my 3 first.
Okay.
Why?
Sure.
Because you're the one who's still alive, so it's more dramatic if you're pulling with a more compromised tower.
Okay. That's fine.
You're being Marnie right now.
Yeah.
You're channeling Marnie.
You can go first.
I don't know if going first. I don't know if going first or second would be the most damaging, because it's like if you wanted to sabotage, I feel like going second would be more
the easier way to sabotage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also, it's like if you knock the tower over, like what happens if Neil knocks the tower over?
Like right now.
Yeah.
Cascading
we'd have to
failures.
We just have to reset it. I think it would just be like a
do-over?
A do-over, yeah.
This one's loose. Oh, geez. It's so loose, I have to take it. And then to counterbalance that, I'll find one over here. No, none of them are loose.
What was that sound?
That was fish.
What did that sound mean?
He's just kind of asthmatic.
Oh,
Like
fish.
he sometimes is just like sitting there and he's like, like just like
almost like a snore.
Yeah.
Honk.
Yeah.
It was like the cutest little.
Oh, here's one. So this is 2. Put it over here. And I mean that one would come out, but ooh.
Okay. So you see your companion swimming back toward the station.
Yeah.
You have the battery.
Mm-hmm.
The line has been cut.
Mm-hmm.
And the winch has been cut off.
Mm-hmm.
But he's swimming away.
Do we have like radio communication within our suits?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh. No, sorry. I thought you were trying to remember my name.
Fish egg 27.
All right.
No, we're like, Donald, where are you going? Donald.
Donald doesn't reply.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's gone.
Yep.
So you
I
have
need
this battery.
Yeah.
And you're in a sub. And you're drifting farther from the station that you've been on for the past 6 months. And more lights are going out in the station, by the way.
Yeah.
While you're out here, you're just kind of seeing a light go out.
Yeah.
A light go out.
And I'm drifting away from the
Yeah,
station.
you're not drifting towards it.
Okay.
You're just kind of Yeah, you'd be drifting away because like the tension of the cord falling away, I think would push you slightly like away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not fast or anything. You're not like.
No, I want to move fast away because I feel like being close to it is what's causing it.
Yeah, you're just drifting.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll like try and check the power.
Okay. So you flip some switches and try and do, try and turn it on.
Yeah.
Try and get some, and it's kind of flickering, but there's a bit of power there, but it seems very faint.
Okay. Is there like a reading for like the battery that indicates whether it's...
Yeah, it's like got like one little notch on it and it's like blinking red.
Okay, so I need to change the battery, so I'll try and do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think you've ever had to change a battery in a submarine. You would have left it to Donald or like, and if you guys were desperate, you might have, Libby could have did it. And
or the
Askell
mechanic.
has, Haley would have had a good shot at it.
Yeah.
But
This isn't my thing.
You and Sky, like the researchers, you've never had to
I
do
know how
anything like
batteries
this.
work.
You do know how batteries work. So I'd like you to pull to find the battery compartment.
Okay. Where is this battery? I die finding the battery compartment. Can you imagine? You don't find the battery. It makes you so sad you die.
So you find it.
Yeah.
You're noticing as you look for it and stuff, and you glance out, and the lights are going off continually in the station. There's only a couple on now.
Mm-hmm.
So now you open up the station. You've got your screwdriver, but it's taking some time. And as you're doing that, the lights are continually going up.
Mm-hmm.
You open it up, And now you need to install this. Mm-hmm. So you know, you're good at solving
I can see
things, and you see how the old one is.
Yep.
You make note and you pop it out. So instead of having to pull like 3, I'll make you pull 1 to install the battery.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because you're good at solving, like using your logic to
Yes.
solve problems.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Donald makes it back into the station.
Okay.
And you head up to the lab.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that the right thing is to help get more power, more energy. Like you're kind of like you're realizing that we need more energy, and you're kind of realizing that you're part of like a little bit of a hive mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're assisting, you're kind of touching like light switches, and you notice that the other people that were on the thing are doing similar things, and you're
Mm-hmm.
ensuring that you're getting all of it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to this.
Okay.
So you've installed the battery. So now you have to try and remember how to really work this submarine. You have like a bit of an understanding.
Yeah.
But I'd like you to pull to see if you can get it on and how fast you're figuring things out. So
Okay.
we'll do a pull to get it on.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's do this one. Oh, geez.
Let's do these 7.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one?
Why do you love taking the edge ones? That's
They're
nuts.
always easier.
No.
And you could take more
Structurally
blocks.
compromising.
No, you just balance it out.
Okay. The submarine turns on.
Yay!
There's hope yet. But you still need to figure out how to move it.
Mm-hmm.
In the station.
Mm-hmm.
All the lights are out now.
Yeah.
It's dark. You're not seeming to get very much more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you and the rest of you notice out in the water, a light has just turned on. A motor has just started.
But there's also batteries in the bay downstairs.
Yeah, so you know that. So you spread that information.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them go gather that. Some of you decide to go after the submarine.
Okay.
And if you don't want to do this, you don't have to.
No, I won't do that.
You don't want to do that?
No.
So you go and you gather the batteries.
Right.
Okay.
You see
Yeah.
several figures without wetsuits hop into the water. And they're swimming towards you.
Okay.
You see Sky. You see Askell.
Mm-hmm.
You even see Barton.
Mm-hmm.
And they're swimming towards you.
Okay.
So I would like you to pull to see how fast you can get this going.
Get this party started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fish.
He's eating the plant. He's like, what?
Me? You're talking to
Sorry, I just didn't even know I was doing that.
me? I forgot myself for a moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he didn't forget himself at all.
Excuse me? Can you please stop? Yes.
Oh, he just said the cutest thing.
Yeah, he said,
Oh, that was adorable.
he's like, I just want to eat this plant. Okay, I did it. No one on stream could see what we're talking about, but it's very cute.
Yeah, there's a cat, and he's interacting gently with a plant. He's winning.
He's winning.
Yeah.
He's winning
the
the
plant. The
interaction.
plant has not yet collapsed.
Right? Yeah, that's true. It's holding its ground. Okay. So you turn on you've got it on, and you start getting away.
Mm-hmm.
You pull ahead. You pull ahead, and you leave these things swimming towards you in the dirt.
Yes.
Okay. You know, you feel pretty good.
Yeah.
You're getting away, and you have the
Artifact. Yeah.
So so you'd be heading towards land.
I'd head up.
Up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go up first.
Yeah.
So you're surfacing, and your lights are on, and you're going up, and you get up to the surface, and you're in the open ocean, and it's just this vast open ocean. I'd say you do have some like you would only have like local telemetry on your submarine. Like I don't think you would have like radio to shore or anything like that.
Okay.
There'd be like a rescue beacon or something like that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Do I have
Yeah.
like a flare?
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
you open the top of your sub and you're like sending off flares and
Yeah, rescue beacon. Turn
Yeah.
that on.
let's do a poll to see if you're rescued in the
Shoot
first
myself in the
day.
face with a flare accidentally. Oh jeez.
Should save the flares till there's a ship in sight.
So like
I
you
don't
have
know
to
that.
get the oh no, your character doesn't know that.
You're
Yeah, I'm
Goopy
seeing-
Donald.
Yeah, Goopy Doll.
Helping from beyond.
Yeah.
Okay. So serendipitously, this flare is seen by a cruise ship.
Oh, nice.
Massive cruise
gosh.
ship. People are like, sightseeing, seeing some whales, seeing, some stuff. And they see, and it's taken like a good few hours. Like you've been floating there waiting.
Yeah, periodically releasing flares regardless of what I can see.
Exactly. And you hear honk, honk from the distance.
Yeah.
And this huge cruise ship comes and they are rescuing you. And they see a couple of other people that are floating there in the water. And they're going to help them out as well.
Do I see them? The people?
Pull to see if you notice the aid that they're giving to these poor souls that must have been shipwrecked. There's three of them. They found someone in a submarine. They found a few other people floating nearby. Okay.
All right.
You see them. They're throwing them lines.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and
no, you can't. They've been infected.
okay, so you're yelling they've been infected.
Yeah.
And like in this post-COVID world,
Yeah.
I think people on cruise ships would be very alarmed by something like this. So
Like, look at them. They're not even wearing any gear. Like, it's inhuman. Something's wrong with them.
Okay, so you're trying to get them to listen to you, and they hear you, and they're like, okay.
Or I'll maybe go for like they tried to murder me. Or
Okay,
something.
okay.
Or no, because it has to be infection. Because murder would be like, well, we'll take them fair trial, blah blah blah. So
Okay.
yeah, I need to convince them to like leave these people to die.
How do we know you're not infected?
You don't, I guess. Well, I say like, look, use binoculars and look at their eyes. Their eyes will be black, fully black, and you'll see. And mine are not.
Okay.
See?
So they look, and they that's true.
Yeah.
So they help you up, and they say we can't just leave them. They need help. So we're gonna lower a life raft,
Okay.
and then we'll tow them behind the boat, and we'll bring them.
No, that's not gonna work because the rust.
Pull to convince them.
Well, rust. Well, never mind. Ropes are nylon.
Something I don't
Yeah,
trust that
sure.
it would be
Yep.
okay. I want them to be left. Ooh, that one's nice.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
Okay. So you make an argument. They are receptive, and they say, okay, we'll leave them with the boat, but we won't tow them. We can't just let 3 people drown no matter what they're infected with.
Okay.
So they lower the boat, and they don't tie it to them, and they let them have this little like inflatable life raft, and they send it out to them, and the 3 people aren't even like noticing it, and they're still kind of just swimming toward the submarine.
Yeah.
Actually, I think by now they'd be swimming toward the cruise ship.
It's got more power.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You get up, you're okay,
Yeah.
and you're encouraging them to get out of there. So I think for a final little thing to see if you guys get away, we'll just do another poll. Fish can do it if you want Fish to do it.
Okay. Do you want
Fish.
to do it?
we saw you're very dexterous with the plant, so I think you're at a level where you could pull one of these Jenga blocks.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Here you go, fish. Get it.
Good boy.
He's doing so good.
Can you get it?
As in he didn't knock it over yet. Oh my god.
He's totally gonna knock it over.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's playing with the
I
yarn.
thought it was going down for sure there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna jump on your
Oh,
computer.
you know what? I
What?
should have had you pull more because you were having like a conflict with these people.
Do you want me to pull a second one to convince?
Yeah,
This one's already
that one's
falling
already
off.
out anyway.
Okay, and now another one.
Yeah.
Excuse me. No.
He's feisty.
Hey. That's my knitting. That's
And
the
our
mic
mic
cord.
cord. He's after everything. I should have just had him be the creature.
Yeah.
Okay. The boat, they're swimming towards this boat, but you manage to, well, the boat manages to pull away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your submarine is still in the water, and they sent coordinates out to retrieve the submarine.
Who did?
The captain of
Oh.
the cruise ship, because you know it looks like expensive tech. Like you can't just leave that.
It's a
I
navigation
I
hazard,
try
too.
to warn them.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah, it
I
would be a
see.
navigation hazard. Oh, do you want to try and convince them to not send out the coordinates?
Yeah.
Okay, since we remembered that you're not good at conflict, and the captain, that's against protocol, first of all.
Uh-huh.
Like Neil said, it would be a navigation hazard.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should pull 3 to finally,
Okay.
You should have
because
just...
you could have just
This
you could have got
will
away.
be like this will be like 3 to convince the captain to leave the ship, but also like secretly get somebody else to like shoot the people.
Oh my god!
You should have sunk the submarine before you got off it.
Yeah, I should have. Ooh, man, I'm pulling so many from this side.
Yes.
It feels like a bad idea.
Oh, towards me? I should move this cup.
Oh no, it would fall this way.
Oh, I see.
It's like the reason is it's leaning this way, so
Ah.
everything over here is
It's
loose.
right.
Mm.
So that's definitely a bad idea. Oh boy, what have I done?
What have I done?
Okay. Oh, here we go. That one's loose. Yep. So that's 1 of 3, right?
1 of 3. Successful.
1. Oh boy. 2.
It's looking good. I mean, from this way, I don't know what it looks like from your angle.
Swiss cheese.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
No problem. No problem at all.
Oh god. 3.
Okay.
Okay.
You've convinced the captain to not currently give out these coordinates.
Okay.
You've made your argument. You've explained as much as you can. Then you've pulled away already. He
Yeah.
has the coordinates, but he
Yeah.
hasn't wired them out.
Yeah.
And they're kind of interrogating you a little bit and asking you questions
Yeah.
about this catastrophe. And like reasonably, something's going to have to be done about this. There's people down there, there's people back there. You don't know
Yeah.
if they could be helped or saved.
But I need to be like involved in precautionary whatever
Okay.
to figure out,
Right.
like to inform this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You look back with binoculars and you see the 3 figures overtaking the submarine, and it's like rusting, and you're thinking about that artifact.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know,
gone.
like, yeah, there goes that discovery.
I should have tried to like chip a piece of it off on my way.
Yeah.
But you survive
Yay.
for now. You
For
make
now.
it back to land, you know, or at least, yeah.
The lone survivor.
The
That
lone
was,
survivor.
Yeah, pretty close.
I want to see what it looks like from over there.
Come over here.
Like this.
Oh yeah, that's
massive
janky down there.
Yeah. Nuts.
Yay, look, Kiwi claps.
So yeah, that was the low preparation dread game. Underwater
Yeah, it was cool.
adventure.
Very good.
Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning, but too, like, the first thing I did, I guess, before I even sent out the questionnaires, was I just had, like, some basic hook ideas.
Yeah.
And I just sent those out, and I let you guys kind of pick what sounded the most interesting. So, like, I just kind of, like, you know, I was just like,
Yeah.
And I didn't start writing the adventure until after I got the questionnaires back. Because it was kind of like, I didn't want to end up writing something that didn't have anything to do with the skills or the fears. And
Here's a good so that's a great way to do it. But if you're ever in a situation where you're wanting to write before you get the questionnaire, because I mean, this game is really great for a one shot where people don't have to prepare it all in advance except for you. You can just hand out the questionnaires and give them 10 minutes to finish it. But what you have to do then is word the questions very specifically, right? So it's like, what started your fear of blah, or like, why do you hate such and such other character? Like, you can write things into the questions. That
it does suggest to do that in here as well.
So, but I mean, that's just kind of two different ways that you can go about it.
For
When you can prep in response to the questionnaire, then you can leave it more open and use that.
I feel like the only reason I don't really like that is I really wanted to have, like, it be super collaborative. I agree with you, though, like, that would, it's almost like making the pre-made sheets a little bit, like, only still getting some input kind of thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just, I think both ways are good, and fun for different reasons. This is gonna fall.
If Neil can do this, though,
he comes back from
his character will come back from the dead, rid himself of the poison. If you can put this whole tower back.
Do the tapping again.
That's not gonna happen.
You don't think you can get it all back?
No.
Is that going to stop you from trying?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Do this one.
What's that? I can't see your.
It's in the middle. Yeah.
New dread mechanic. Resurrection style.
Yeah. So that is dread.
Yeah. Dread in a nutshell.
Yeah. And I think, like, I mean, imagine too, if you're playing with 4 players, for example, then the amount of pulls that happen are even greater, and it's even more precarious.
One time, a group of friends and I played Dread over a bunch of lunch hours at work, and we would take pictures of it and stop at the lunch hour and then rebuild it. The only issue with that was that the tower would be more, like, it would change it would be the same configuration, but it would change. Because
it would be more or less stable depending on,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we made it, like, taller and taller and taller, getting more and more pulls because we kept rebuilding the configurations. Like, so we had this one game that went for a good few weeks. Like, it was really cool. Like, it was like a long form version. It was quite the break from work too.
Yeah. The nice thing about this system too is because the rule set is so simple, you can do kind of whatever you want theme-wise with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's really whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel like playing.
It's super flexible.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, Neil.
He did it almost.
He did do it. Oh, I shouldn't. I jinxed.
There's only one more. It gets easier as you go. Oh, it won't come out. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
Donald manages, through force of will, to expulse the black liquid.
It's all that haggis I ate as a child.
It's like the scene when, like, divers are coming down to investigate what happened, and you just, like, expulse it. It's like, get out, and you manage to, like, save them, and, like,
I'm just, hey guys, what's up? What took you so long?
Yeah, God. Here, get out of my way. Let me in that sub. I've seen what the other side is like, and it sucks.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to be able to get it all back together.
Neither was I.
Yeah. Canon. It's canon.
That was a really cool story, Jill. When we first came up into the we came back up with the artifact, and you said that like everything looked rusted as if it had taken like 100 years. I thought that like going through the barrier was like a portal or a time thing.
Yeah, that was my original idea actually, but things changed while we played.
Misdirection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much unintentional misdirection, but like I don't know. It's weird when you don't have a lot prepped because you really can just
do whatever you want.
You just play. You just go for it and see what happens and react to what's happening.
Yeah.
And then it kind of comes out. It would be kind of fun to play it again and try like a more concrete set of events or something. You know what I mean? Like just
have a stronger like
plot.
Yeah. Just have like a series of plot
more
events
not stronger, but like more
more structured,
determined, more predetermined,
predetermined. Yeah.
But I think it worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do love this game. I like playing too, so if anyone else wants to run a Dread game sometime.
Yeah, I Dread is one of the ones that I've run most of all of the different RPGs. Like I've probably run Dread more times than I've run. Well, maybe now not D&D because I've run like since we started College of Lore, I've run a lot of D&D. But before that, Dread and End of the World were the two systems that I was the most familiar with running. Yeah. I ran a really cool Stranger Things Dread scenario.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Did you play in that?
No, this is my first time playing Dread.
Oh, so you could resurrect that one if you wanted.
Yeah, it wasn't written by me. It was like somebody I found it online.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this is before we had Kids on Bikes, so I didn't have Stranger Things RPG.
No, true. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you too for playing.
Thank you for running it for us.
Yeah. I was wearing a costume this whole time.
Owl.
Deep sea owl.
Deep sea owl.
Yeah.
That was the thing that was going around your sub. Was actually it looked like almost like a Meg or something, but it was actually a giant deep sea owl.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I wore this because it's kind of funny. Like if I was trying to make pulls with wings, it would be so not good.
Much more difficult.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll try it next time. Hard mode.
Hard mode. Yeah. There you go. Thank you so much everybody for coming and thank you for watching. We are streaming tomorrow at noon. We're doing 2nd edition D&D. It's going to be medieval Japanese haunted castle. And
Neil is DMing for us.
We are very excited. It's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah. I'm really excited about so Neil facilitated our character creation and we got to kind of choose what class and what race we wanted to play and stuff like that. And Neil went ahead and did all the stuff for us and helped us with our spells. It's gonna be quite a learning experience for me because I've never played 2nd edition.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun, and that's gonna be a bit of a longer stream. We're allotting 6 hours to it. I imagine that we will be able to fill 6 hours.
Yes.
So
a lot of content. So
yeah. So please join us for that. We're looking forward to it.
And happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Thank you, everybody.